Oh, I'm glad I waited for that. Look at that thing. So we're gonna do a little bit of spearfishing today on the Mitzi. We got a new gun that I have not really revealed. It's another Daryl Wong spear gun. So if you didn't know, this is my 42 Northeaster. And this is a 36 pistol. And this one is specifically for Carly. Daryl Wong gave me some nice touches. He put JNC and our wedding date on there. And Carly likes the blue with a little bit of white camo on it, which I like this camo color way better than the one I did 10 years ago. But yeah, so we're gonna, I was trying to get you to hold it.
Yep.
Yep, so, but Carly's not good at getting in and out of this boat really well. We're gonna try her with some fins. I'm gonna makeshift a little ladder for her on this boat, because we were originally gonna build a little step ladder right here, but I called that off at the boat dealer to not do that. So this will be the first time she's using the new spear gun in the water. Hopefully we can get a sheephead or a snapper or something, or hopefully not bend a tip in the rock while it's fresh. But so yeah, we're gonna load up the boat. Teal's not going, but he really wants to. Teal. But yeah, I'll see y'all on the water in a bit. I'll try to get some GoPro footage. The weather is 10 miles an hour from the northeast, and there's a small boat advisory all the way till like 11 o'clock, and then it switches to the south towards like 2 or 3. So it should be good by the time we get there. Hopefully it's not that bad. We really want north wind. Northeast wind is sort of like towards Steinhatchee direction, and it's a little rough ride going out. So, but yeah, see you in a second.
There's a baby! It's right there! Look, it's a baby! Oh,
Little baby.
I know! Come on.
Look how big that thing is. Whew. It's gonna be cold. Water 69. Perfect time to dive. The snorkel is weird. All right. The new gun. And it's small. There we go. What's going on, everybody? This is Jake. Been a while since I've done a dive video. The water clarity and the temperature have been just sort of off most of the season. But today it was about 69 degrees. This is the same video from the big sheephead I speared a little while ago. This is the full edit video. Hadn't really had time to make the video, so here I am. Using the new Daryl Wong pistol that I bought Carly for our wedding present. And didn't really, I mean, I speared 2 fish this day. Didn't really have a whole lot else going on. It was, again, it's the water temperature still 69, so the snapper really hadn't really moved in other than a couple. And the sheephead definitely haven't really come in from offshore very well. So they're still probably hanging out on some of the deeper reefs. So this was just sort of the first of the new year on the new Mitzi, first dive attempts, and yeah. So as you can see, I'm just poking around. There's this big snapper. It's pretty much the only snapper that was swimming around. This is a little rock cave right there. Typically, it's got tons of snappers swimming around, and I played with them for a little while. Couldn't ever really shoot them. And this big black bass came up off the bottom, and he actually swam towards the red snapper. You'll see, not the red snapper, mangrove snapper. And they both sort of tricked me. I didn't know which one to go for because they're both pretty good size for the spring dive that we basically did. This was in April, and it's June now, so there wasn't really a whole lot of life, like I said. But this one, I kept poking them around. I couldn't get them really off the bottom. See, that big snapper came by again, checking us out. But I couldn't get them off the bottom to really get a good spear in them. I didn't want to just bend the new shaft or ruin the tip, so I just kept sort of poking them around, seeing if I can get them up high enough. And he sort of outsmarted me. See, there's that snapper again. Shot. That was just a little too far. Hit a little high. That was the first shot with the new gun, and it was a good miss. So, and then here's another little highlight. A little sheephead came in. I didn't really feel like spearing him. He seemed too small.
Alright, first spot didn't really have anything to shoot at. So, last time there was a lot of sheephead around this rock, so we'll see how this one goes.
So here's the second spot. Again, not a whole lot going on. So I'm just sort of bumping these spots, trying to hit them as quick as possible, as I was constantly cold this entire day. So I was like, that dove in, didn't see anything on that last one other than that little sheephead at the end, and the snapper and the black bass. So here's another spot. It's basically a couple big boulders. As you can see, that one sticks out of the ground. We have a lot of these like that in St. Mark's. They don't really have a lot of fish on them. Every now and then you might see a good sheephead or some snapper, but typically they don't have anything. But I'm, poking around anyway. This one was close to another spot, and all that was really around was these big mullet schools, which I tell Carly at the end of this little dive if she wants one, because usually I would spear one and cut it up for just some cut mullet, and Carly will be fishing while I'm diving, and typically she'll catch like a flounder or a pretty good redfish just being on the areas that we're at. So here I am just swimming around and nothing really going on. I really didn't spend too long here, but there was a lot of cool little bait fish swimming around, and if the top of the water doesn't make you nauseous with the shallow water dives, the camera's half out of the water most of the time, so I do apologize for that. But this is shallow water spearfishing at its best. It's as best as I can do. I don't really like cameras on the guns. I think it's sort of pointless. You don't really get the full action with the head movement and seeing where everything is. So big schools of mullet though. I mean, these were a lot bigger in person. I typically don't like mullet. I know a lot of people smoke them, but I don't really like bony fish, so it seems like it's a lot more mushier too. But you sort of see the little glass minnows at the very top of the water. I couldn't really get a good video of them. That's what I was trying to do most of the time. That's why you see the waves crashing over the camera so much. But You want a mullet to fish with? This is probably the last spot. It's pretty cold. I'm pretty cold. The last two spots have been pretty much dead. We went out to my main reef and the waves were just way too big. It might not look like it here, but I didn't really bring the best anchor today. I brought my river anchor. I didn't bring my tri anchor that will grab the rocks. So yeah, it was way too wavy. Didn't feel safe leaving Carly in the boat. So this is another inshore one. I'm gonna see what's here. Hopefully there's something. Hopefully something we can eat.
Yeah, gotta make it.
Yeah.
So many. So much space I have in me.
So here is the final spot. This is where I shoot the big sheephead, so just keep watching. It's going to come up. This one, we call it Table Rock. You can sort of see this big table. It's got a little cave curl to it, almost like a, like a Hawaiian surf wave. So it's kind of cool. Definitely a lot of props hit this thing. People don't check out in our area very often that the rocks are this treacherous. I've seen huge boats come out and just destroy themselves on these rocks. But swimming by, saw this sheephead. It is a legal sheephead. It looks small, but it is legal. So I hadn't shot anything all day, so I finally was like, I'd like to have a fish in a boat, because I know this was my last spot. I wasn't gonna go back in the water after this, after another one, because I was getting pretty cold. So landed this one. Bled it and I gutted it. If you nick right under the very top, you'll usually get their main blood vein right there, and it makes for a lot cleaner meat. Especially if you miss spear, you can get a lot of that blood out that doesn't just go throughout the whole body. So the quicker you do that, the quicker you mainly kill the fish too. If you don't get a good headshot, which these sheephead do not get good headshots, because they're pretty hard. So you just gotta get sort of an upper body shot. But this place actually had a couple sheephead on it. Again, this was one that I think it was actually a slightly bigger than the first one I shot. But he never really gave me a good turn. It's just sort of out of range enough for me to feel comfortable shooting it. And I don't really like shooting small sheephead, so this is the moment of truth here. This is the big sheephead coming up. He's right on the edge of this rock. He comes up out of nowhere, blending in, and I was like taking it real slow. And I shot a little high, but I hit him. I tried not to dive straight for him real quick because I wanted to watch, see how that placement was, and I just went for the fish. I didn't actually go for the rod because I didn't want him to get cut loose from it. I knew it was a bad shot. And these bigger ones tend to come off a lot easier than some of the smaller ones. And you'll see that in a second. He actually breaks off when I decide to pick him up out of the water. I lose him for a second, and I actually dove into the bottom to grab him. Right, this is right when it happens. He would have survived if he got away because it was just a top back shot, but he breaks off right there. I dig my hands down in the ground and grab him. Somehow I'm still able to grab him. I was like, I thought I lost him. That's sort of what I'm telling Carly, but I'm was still holding on to him. I didn't know if I actually had a good grip on him. I tell her to move out of the way because I'm just going to chuck him in the boat. Didn't want her to get spined.
He came off. Woo! He came off. I dove down and grabbed him. Oh, I barely got him too. Barely got that puppy. Look at that horse. Woo! That is a bull. That is a bull. Woo!
Oh, shit.
I saw this little one swim straight towards me, that little sand patch that's back there that I checked, and then he comes up underneath the side of the rock. I was like, oh, I'm glad I waited for that. Look at that thing. That thing is, that is a pylon sheephead there. Oh, big old black head. Woo! That's how we get her done.
So that was the highlight reel of the day. Stick around right here. I'll actually have a clean and cook video. We made these fish tacos that we typically make. And yeah, try this recipe. It's really good next time you guys get some fresh fish. Or, you know, store-bought fish and you want to just try something different. They're amazing. So yeah, hope you guys like the video. More diving's coming up. The water's getting warmer.
Here's
so
the
stay tuned.
fish taco ingredients that we're going to use for the sheephead. You guys can pause the video if you guys want to see that, but this is the ingredients for the marinade, which again, it's all right there. We're gonna let that sit for a little bit, and then we got to make the white sauce. And here it is. Here's the white sauce. Do not make this. Trust the process. Use it on the tacos. And yeah, now we just got to go to the Blackstone. Throw them on a Blackstone. Here we go. Got them cooked on a Blackstone. Teal looks hungry. And here's the white sauce to top it all off. And all this is some guac, some pico, the white sauce, Kojita cheese, and some sliced avocado just because I want more avocado stuff. But that is the delicious fish tacos that we make. If you want more cooking videos like this, like, comment, subscribe to that, and let me know. God bless.